There's a basketball. But why is this microphone so long? This is not even a microphone. All right, the lighting in here is terrible. But hey, this is the video that everyone's been waiting for. This is the review of the RTRC RTB. I thought it was the RT belted, but no, it's the RTA is the first card. This is the second card, the RTB. It makes sense now, right? It all makes sense.
What's up, you guys? Today we're gonna get to we're getting to brass tacks, guys. Getting down to brass tacks. We got to get all this stuff out of the way. We're getting down to business. The business of the business, you guys. What's still in the shot? I'm selling this thing. I don't know why I bought it. This is the 14B. It's made by Associated. It's their answer to Losi's jaw-dropping Mini B. Okay, we're gonna get into that stuff in another video. Today's video is about the RTRC RTB. And I did an unboxing, and the car's built. It's been built for weeks and weeks now. I've been waiting to do this video until I had more time with the car, and until after the Worlds, the PM Worlds. And if you guys know anything about the PM Worlds, you'll know that the RTRC team, I think they placed first in all-wheel drive. It's pretty incredible. Their first car out the gate. Well, their second car, first all-wheel drive car out the gate. And I can concur or confirm that the car is great. I just don't have all the parts yet. And that's why I haven't made this part of the video. But we're gonna go ahead and do it because I know what my setup's gonna be now. And I was thinking when I got the car that my setup would be different. Like it was like some sort of elven magic going on in the RTB that was not in the other cars, but that is not the truth. I've come to find out, looking at the setup sheets or hearing from guys who know what the setup was at the Worlds, what the RTRC team's setup was for the RTB at Worlds. And it confirms pretty much across the board how you're gonna be able to get any of the all-wheel drive cars to work really good if you wanna drive them really fast. We'll get into that in a second, but let me show you guys the car. This is my car. I'm running this is the Biddy Design Aries. Biddy, I really like their bodies. I like the Aries the most. So I pretty much put it on everything. But I wanted to test the car without a body that was so influential over how the car drives. This is a very, what's the word for it? It's an aggressive body, as opposed to something like this. There's not a lot of curves in here, not a lot of wind tunneling. You get a little downforce in the rear, but most of it is pretty plain going across the top of the car. Whereas this has a lot of wind channeling down these sides here through the wing, and it's, makes for a more aggressive car. I like it. I like it a lot. Right now, this is running a set of Reflex all-wheel drive tires, prepared for me by the one and only EJ. That's East Coast EJ. Setup issue. I'm running yellow in the front and blue in the back. But what I'm going to switch to is blue all the way around. I do believe blue is hardest. And that's how it is on most of the cars I own. You're probably going to run the hardest spring that you can. Just give that a shot and kind of go down from there. If you're running the kind of stock setup right now, which is the Hobbywing ESC with the Hobbywing 6500 kV motor and whatever gear you deem fit for the track that you're racing on, you're going to be going really fast and throwing that weight around a lot. And the softer springs you have are going to give you maybe a little too much grip. You'll end up traction rolling. The car is going to end up grounding itself. It's going to touch the track because the springs aren't heavy enough. You're going to, so much G-force as the car is going to push. It doesn't matter. What you should do is all hard springs all around. That's what I've heard. I ran this car in the setup that people recommended before. When I ran it was tight in the front and looser in the rear. But I'm going to tighten it all the way around. I hear the guys at RTRC are like like tightening them so much that, you know, they barely move. And that is appealing to me because, right, really what you want to be able to do with these cars is put the power down. The car can handle it. This one can particularly. And it's, you know, you want all those KVs to go into the freaking track. That's what you want. Right now, as if I try to hammer on this car, the diffs slip quite a bit. But that's not because the diffs are bad. It's just because I haven't tightened them to the degree that I need to, I suppose. Yeah, let me take the top off for you guys. You can see what's going on under the undergarments. Keep that in front of my face. There you go. So that's my setup there. It's really, the build is super fast for a car like this. I mean, a lot of the other cars take a while to get the build down, but this didn't take long at all. The mono chassis is fantastic. I don't see a way to adjust your belt tension, but it didn't need it. My belts don't slip or anything. Oh, there we go, back in focus. And yeah, it's pretty amazing, pretty good car. You notice I'm running a big battery in there. The tray that comes with the car is a big battery tray, so you don't have to go get that extra part. I think the only thing I've really changed on this car is I put the aluminum front hubs and rear hubs on. So there you go. That's my build, and I'm sticking to it. The only thing I'm changing from now is I'm going to put the blue springs all the way around, or the green springs, is it? I don't know, whatever the hardest ones are. I think it's blue. It might be green. I don't know. But yeah, I'm running 30,000 grease in my shocks. 30,000 Kyoto grease, the blue stuff. And I'm running 1434 on a 6500. Here's some running footage of the car, all right? Go check it out. I was not able to get good footage because I'm not really done my setup, but here's some footage anyways of how the car runs on a short track.
And remember, guys, this is like the first impressions of the car. It's not, it is basically exactly, they recommend to put it together. Thank you. Out of the box. At least I think I got the measurements right.
21.7.
I would imagine on the larger track this would be a lot smoother, but it does remind me of the RTRC touring car in that way, where the car is more focused on being smooth and consistent than it is being Ooh, sorry. How about that, Russ?
8-1-9-5.
It was pretty good, you know?
6-5. 8-4.
As belt drives go, it is one of the better ones.
6-6.
But you know, just like them all, they need a little work.
6-4.
Like my brake is not.
7-3.
I think sometimes is that the upper arms will run into the top of the body.
7-5. 6-4.
But it does allow me to
6-6.
run the recommended front bias tightened diffs.
12-7. 7-4. Mark. 7-6. 6-9. 8 flat.
Woo!
7-2. 6-3.
There you go. 6'2", 6'3", 6'4's. Pretty good.
12-5.
Right side, Brian Daniel, that's a battle. This car gets rolled up. This car gives him a gift on the way by. That's going to let Reese slide up in the third. Although Brian's still letting us. Right after the double.
Like that right there, through that little S turn. Pretty freaking incredible.
He's going to ride. side, and then turn, follow the crew, looking for an opportunity. Crew trying to get up and be on that battle. Break 9 seconds behind Percy now. He's got his work cut out for him. Percy using his big traffic on speed control.
All right, welcome back. That was some running footage. And yeah, man, I think that out of the box, it is a little slow with the corner, and that's mostly because you need to raise the front shocks up a little bit or move them out. But there is no tower, so what you do is you put shims under the what are those things called? The balls. And I'm gonna do that, and I get a little more steering, but you know, and I think I might have said this in the running footage, but you know, it's like the basic. If I say you know one more time, you can smack me. The RTRC sort of credo is a smooth running, consistent car. Like that was what the RTRC RTA, the touring car was. I had a couple of those. I had the very first one with the carbon pod mounts, but it was consistent. It was very consistent and very smooth. My driving style is a little more aggressive, but most people do great in the car. Yeah. And this is no different. It's very consistent, very smooth. I just would like a little bit more steering, and I hear you can get that with harder springs, or one color springs all the way around, and putting a shim under the front ball in the front to basically, in essence, move your shocks to the outer part of what most cars have is a shock tower, which gives you more steering. But yeah, really good car. I recommend you go out and grab yourself one. The price is not too high. Most of the stuff that comes in the kit is pretty durable. I've seen people break the front steering knuckle because the arm on it, on the plastic one and the aluminum one, is very long. That goes from the front axle to where the steering turnbuckles meet the car. It's very long, and I've seen people break them. I never broke any of the plastics, but you know, on any part where you have to change anything in the front end, when you're taking screws in and out of that part, you should replace it with aluminum, just right off the rip. Not because of durability, just because you're going to wear out plastics taking the ball on and off, like trying to change things within the front of the car or something, add shims, stuff like that. The pulleys on the diffs look like they might be 3D printed, which is pretty crazy. So, I mean, I've had no issues with them, so it's not. I don't know, it's not an issue. It's a non-issue. It just was interesting that they would use 3D printed parts, you know. But yeah, it's a great car. You should go out and get one. RTRC RTB forever. It's great car. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Deuces, you silly gooses. I realized I did that whole thing without the microphone in my mouth. Hopefully, the sound does not suck. That sucks. That sucks so bad. Let's go check it out.